All right, guys, so the mainstream liberal media is currently panicking and freaking out over the fact that Hispanics don't want to be a part of the Democrat fiesta anymore, as the GOP scored an historic victory down in South Texas in which they flipped a historically blue district red. Okay, we had a Mexican-American woman, an immigrant born in Mexico, elected to Congress for the first time, and Democrats said nothing about it. All of a sudden, diversity and inclusion went out the window, right? There was crickets, silence, not even a congratulations to, hey, thank you for your accomplishment of being a woman from Mexico, an immigrant that made it to Congress, okay? Nope, none of that, right? Because again, you only are a minority if you are a Democrat, right? If you're not a Democrat, then you're just a white male. Doesn't matter what your skin color is, whether you have a penis or a vagina. If you're not a Democrat, you are simply a straight white male, right? According to them. So again, they are panicking and trying to scramble to find a way to get so-called minorities to vote for them again before the midterms. And this big brain black liberal MSNBC guest had an idea, right, that he believes is going to get so-called minorities to vote for Democrats in the midterms. And he says that what you got to do, right, you got to scare the hell out of them. Take a look.
And it's in campaigns we have these ideals of, okay, to that third that Dow's talking about, they got to understand they have skin in the game. And right now, they don't really believe they have skin in the game. That's the point that Dow's making. Campaigns, we got to give them a reason to feel they have skin in the game, that this is important to them, that losing democracy is important to them. And whether or not it be telling women that, you know what, women, you think you're losing your rights now? What do you think is going to happen if we don't have democracy? You know what, African Americans, particularly African American men who are showing the lowest motivation to turn out in this midterm, you think things are tough for you right now? Where do you think you're going to stand in a country in America where there's no democracy, where they have absolutely no interest or at all in respecting your rights? We've got to let these people understand that they've got skin in this game, and we got to scare the hell out of them, because quite frankly, Nicole, they should be afraid that we're going to lose our democracy.
Because that is what's on the line. Nick, what?
Bruh, this is just funny, right? We were living in clown world, okay? This is what you say when you don't have any policies or real solutions that is going to improve people's lives. You come out here and say, we got to scare the hell out of women and black men in order to get them to vote Democrat, right? Because the Democrat Party, they don't have any ideas. They don't have any real policies or solutions that are going to allow people to pull themselves up to create economic opportunity for folks that's going to improve people's lives, that's going to lessen the burden of inflation, gas prices, crime. They don't have any of those ideas whatsoever, right? They have no solutions, right, at all. So again, this is what they fall back on. Well, we got to scare the hell out of them. Right? And best believe, they've been trying to scare the hell out of people. And that is the whole point of the January 6th hearings. It is simply to try to scare people that our democracy is at stake. And they've tried so hard to do it. Take a look.
There's never been a bigger or more important story in American history than this.
This is the most important story in the history of the Republic.
These January 6th hearings are remarkable. They are riveting.
The hearings last night, they were searing, they were vivid.
It was compelling, it was chilling, the videos were chilling, and I think it's going to be historic.
This was a historic, compelling hearing.
This is very compelling television, because it's a very compelling hearing.
And it's compelling. It's must-see TV.
I've been texting with a number of sources. I was texting people live during the hearing. The words that I was hearing from them were stomach-churning, riveting, compelling. One senator told me that he had a lump in his throat as he was watching the video and hearing this testimony.
Stunning testimony from the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th assault.
A stunning round of testimony from the witnesses, of course, what the committee was able to offer in terms of new materials that we had never seen before.
This is so much worse than something like Watergate. This is so much worse than Watergate. This is a watershed moment for our democracy.
What happened on January 6th is so much worse than Watergate.
Really?
It really is. By
100 degrees.
Orders of magnitude worse than Watergate. You know about Watergate, the history books. This blows Watergate out of the water.
Watergate is a walk in the park next to the January 6th attack on American democracy and the almost assassination of an American vice president at the hands of a mob incited by the American president.
This is the most important and disturbing incident that's ever happened in the 246 years of the American constitutional republic.
And what has been the result of the Democrats and all of their hyping up the January 6 hearings, talking about how the GOP is a party of white supremacy and yada, yada, yada. You guys know the rest. Well, let's just let CNN tell you.
Differences in what's going on with the Latino vote. If you look at Texas, Florida, and Arizona, these are three districts that are a little bit, let's call them emblematic of what we're talking about. Florida, 27. This is the Miami-Dade area. It went from being Clinton by 19 in 2016 to Biden by just 3 in 2020. Texas, 15. That is on the Mexico border. Clinton, 16 to Biden plus 2. Arizona, this is the Tucson area. So Arizona is a place that some Democrats say think that helped Biden win that state. Absolutely. It went from Clinton 29 to Biden 27. So not a huge shift, but still in Texas and in Florida, there are big erosions happening,
Yeah, so the result of all the fear-mongering about January 6th and trying to scare minorities into voting for Democrats has actually resulted in so-called minorities saying, hey, you know what, I'm not going to vote for the Democrats. I'm actually going to vote for the so-called white supremacists. And the reason why is because I care about the economy. Okay, I care about gas prices. I care about crime. I care about drugs. I care about foreign policy. I care about woke indoctrination being pushed in schools, which is a major reason why suburban women in Virginia decided to vote GOP for Glenn Youngkin. That's the reason why the GOP flipped that state. I care about all of that stuff, real issues, real substantive issues, more than I care about January 6th and so-called saving democracy, because the reality of the situation is that Democrats don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to actually caring about democracy. I mean, I told you guys there was a poll that came out that actually showed that the American people trust the Republicans more on democracy than they do the Democrat. Well, how is that? How is that, considering that the Democrats, only thing they've rallied behind the whole year is been saving democracy in January 6th? Well, the reason why is because the Democrats showed us through all of Trump's years that they never cared about democracy in the first place. Okay, they pushed the Russian collusion hoax, which was their soft coup attempt to get Trump out of office, right? And because that's been exposed as a lie, they've also done all the same things that they accuse Trump of doing when they lose the presidential election. The Democrats have no credibility whatsoever when it comes to crying foul about any claims about the elections, right? They have no leg to stand on whatsoever. The American people are not stupid, right? But again, this is the only thing they can come up with. We got to scare the hell out of minorities, right? Again, these are the same people that will constantly rag on Fox News for scaring the hell out of white people, right? But then they'll come around and they'll openly say, well, yeah, our strategy is to scare the hell out of minorities. So you're not doing the same thing that you accuse Fox News of doing, right? Are you two peas in a pod? Is this the pot calling the kettle black? Yeah, I think so, right? I think that's exactly what's going on here, right? But again, the reality of the situation, guys, again, is that this is what you say when you don't have anything. Now, Hispanics are not falling for this. They've decided, you know what, we're not going to go along with the Democrat nonsense anymore, but it remains to be seen whether or not black people will do so. Now, the polls indicate that black people are going to see a major shift, right, from Democrats. Will they go vote Republican? Who knows? But with that being said, historically speaking, you know, I don't have much faith that black folks are actually going to vote like other minorities and to actually leave the Democrat Party and who knows, maybe vote, you know, GOP, right? I don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. But what I do know is that they're damn sure not going to be motivated to vote by this line of thinking right here that you got to scare the hell out of them in order to get people to come vote. Because at the end of the day, what have the Democrats done for black folks? They haven't done anything. What have they done for America? They haven't done anything. Again, the scary proposition that these people are presenting to black people is that, hey, it's going to be just like it was under Trump. Well, how was black America doing under Trump? Lowest unemployment rate in history for black people under Trump. That's scary. Low gas prices. That's scary. Crime not being out of control. Prison reform where Trump was, you know, trying to actually help out black people who were wrongly put in prison for nonviolent drug offenses. Oh, so scary for black people. Trump, right? So scary, that guy. Okay? Again, this is just nonsense. It just really is. It's to the point where, again, it's just comedy for me at this point. The things these people come up with, they have nothing at all. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.